Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
That's on 90.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. David Paul here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. It is Tuesday evening. It's 8 o'clock. It is time for the 8 o'clock tropical update. We do this every night at 8 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. This is an interesting night because basically we are at, right now, the statistical peak of hurricane season. September 9th, September 10th is the actual peak. It's already getting close to September 10th out in the Atlantic. So basically, you are here at the peak. Now, statistics are interesting. They can give us a lot of good information on what can happen, what happens more often than not, but they can't tell us exactly what's going to happen. And in this case, although we're at the peak of the hurricane season, statistically, we actually have absolutely nothing going on out there as far as an active system, nothing we're watching that's developing. It's an unusually quiet time in the tropical Atlantic. I say unusual. If you look back over the last 50 years, about a quarter of those years, about 1/4 of the time, we have a September 9th and 10th like we're having right now, where there's no activity. So it's not that out of the ordinary. It's about 25% of the time it happens like this. So it's a little unusual, but not something that can't happen. Now, just to give you a set your bearings, early in the season when things are just beginning to get going, this is where we usually see most of the activity develop, Western Caribbean, Gulf, and the East Coast. And actually, that's exactly what we saw. We had a couple of systems form off the East Coast. We had one go into Mexico here. So that's about what you'd expect early in the season. Now that we're at the peak of the season, how does that compare to the beginning of the season? Well, you can see the entire Atlantic basin is kind of open for development this time of the year, and it is a time when you can get these long track storms that develop and begin out in the main development region there off the Cape Verde Islands and then come all the way into the Gulf sometimes. We've seen that several times. Hurricane Ike 2008, good example of that. Again, the forecast for the season from Colorado State University, they're forecasting 16 storms, 14 is normal, hurricanes 8, major hurricanes 3. So that would be in a little bit above normal season. Now, so far, we've had 5 tropical storms. So we've had 5 named systems, 5 out of 16, looking at their forecast. We've had 1 hurricane, and we've had 1 major hurricane. The only hurricane that has developed, Aaron, became a major hurricane. Other than that, it's been quiet. And I say quiet, we've had several storms, 5 tropical storms, and then Cat 5 Hurricane Aaron is the outlier. These 5 tropical storms, Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Fernand, were all very similar in that they were very weak and very short-lived. So it's been one side of the spectrum or the other so far. I've had 5 piddly little tropical storms and then the one hurricane became almost as big as they get, Cat 5 Hurricane Aaron. Good thing is that Aaron did not hit any landmass. The center did not cross any landmass, which is very good news. So when you look at this, there is a measurement called the ACE index that we do follow. It is acquired cyclone energy, ACE, accumulated cyclone energy, and it's kind of a measure of how much energy has been expelled by tropical systems in a season. So far, our ACE number is 39.4. That's what we're at right now as far as an ACE score. What do we normally statistically see by this time of the year? About 54. So quickly doing the math on that, we're about 30% below normal as far as the ACE, the Accumulated Cyclone Energy Index, tells us where we ought to be. But again, statistics, look, they're one thing. Mother Nature doesn't know, nor does she care about our statistics. It's just a way we try to find, humans, we always try to find the center. It's comforting to know where the center is. We try to find what's normal, but quite often we're anything but normal, and you put all those numbers together and you get what we call normal. All right, sea surface temps, they are quite warm in the Gulf, 87 degrees across the Gulf, 87 Western Carib, mid to low 80s across the Caribbean Sea, all plenty warm for tropical development. As we have mentioned, anything at 80 or above, you've checked the box for the water is warm enough. And just because you have a lot of warm water doesn't mean you're going to have a busy hurricane season. For example, we're behind right now statistically, but sea surface temperatures are well warm enough across the entire Atlantic Basin and the main development region. I say the main development region, that is right here. That's where this time of the year you get your waves coming off the west coast of Africa. They tap into that warm water. At this time, wind shear drops, waves are more vigorous statistically, and you usually get your development going on out here. Not so, at least at this point in the hurricane season. Oh yeah, and one more, before we even move any further, I do want to make this point, and this is very, very important. This is the most important point that I'll make all night. So we're halfway through the season. Got the entire other half of the season to go, including statistically, we've noticed over time, a secondary peak in October. So there is a lot of hurricane season yet to go, and just because it happens to be quiet on this statistical peak doesn't mean that the second half of the season is going to be quite as cooperative. We still have dust out here, dust forecast now through Saturday. Dust plume across the open Atlantic, even some of it into the Carib and into the Bahamas. And then notice this, another dust plume is forecast to come off the west coast of Africa as we head into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 14th, 15th, 16th of next week. So we'll see that may also play a factor in why the models are saying we're not going to see any development out here. Remember, the dust is a sinking layer of air, and that really can zap tropical storm development. Now, as we look out here at the surface map across the Atlantic Basin right now, there are two tropical waves that we find, one here north of South America and another one here just off the Cape Verde Islands. No wave in the Carib or the Gulf, so we have nothing knocking on the door here. These two waves showing absolutely no signs of development. So that is where we stand. Yes, they're tropical waves, but not only are they showing no signs of development, but modeling shows absolutely no development here. So for the next 7 days, Hurricane Center says things stay quiet. Now, I will also say this, maybe this is the second most important thing I'll say in the tropical update. You got to watch this every day, because this time of year, the things can change overnight. Something can pop up, a cluster of thunderstorms can move off Venezuela, can move off Cuba, can move off the Yucatan, sit over the warm water, and in 24 hours start to get a little organized. So things can change overnight this time of the year. For the moment, they don't think anything's going to happen for 7 days, but just the price of living on the Gulf Coast is being prepared and knowing what the weather forecast is. So once a day, watch the update here or watch it anywhere. I don't care where you watch. Just make sure you are watching the weather somewhere tropical update somewhere once a day so you know what's going on, so you and your family don't get caught in any type of unexpected rush if something were to develop. If something's going to develop over the extended period, this is the outlook from NOAA, the 17th of September through the 23rd. So we're looking out a week or two. They think that maybe we will have development here in the main development region. That's based on statistics and what they're seeing environmentally right now. And we have a low chance that something may try to develop here. And again, this is also based on statistics, and also it looks like the South American gyre is getting a little bit more developed here, so maybe something could spin up there. And this would be one of those things where it might be short notice. Right now nothing's there, but they say, hey, looking out 17th to the 23rd, this is where we could see some development. Much more likely that it will be the East Pacific that sees development in that time region. And in fact, there is a system trying to get organized out here right now. And then this is the remnants of Kiko. I say the remnants, it's still a 40-mile-an-hour tropical storm, but pretty soon Kiko is going to fizzle out into just a remnant low. It at one point was a major hurricane, has always been forecast to miss Hawaii. It is missing Hawaii to the north, but the north shore of Oahu and Molokai and Kauai, those North Shore beaches are going to get a good swell out of Kiko, 10 to 15 foot waves and some of the breaks out there. So the surfers are absolutely loving this. No stormy weather, but breezy weather and some big waves coming in for the surfers who know what they are doing out there. Okay, locally, tomorrow's another fantastic day. We'll start unusually cool. We'll be in the 60s. Low humidity again tomorrow. Low humidity, that dry air will heat up. We'll go to 94 for a high on Wednesday afternoon, but it will come with that lower humidity, which helps. No rain tomorrow. Other than this, other than a slight chance, a 20% chance for a coastal shower Thursday morning. So Galveston County coast, Bolivar Peninsula coast, Brazoria, Matagorda County coast. Models are giving us some rain showers in the morning there, Thursday morning. Other than that, inland areas stay dry, and barring that, we have no rain in the extended 7-day forecast. So we go into now the early to middle part of September. We're going to be dry, get the sprinklers going. High temps will stay in the 90s out there. And humidity stays low for a couple more days. When you start seeing low temperatures, morning lows getting into the mid-70s, 74, 75, 76, 76, that means the humidity is coming back up. So I hope you enjoyed today. Make sure you enjoy tomorrow, especially in the morning. It is going to be delightful. That's where we stand. Next live update on KHOU 11 News at 10 o'clock. We will see you then.